line coach for the Kansas City Chiefs at that time, and so he and I had this this relationship that's lasted many years, and then when I left, Marty Morningwood followed me as the offensive line coach. He had been the tight end coach during my time as the offensive line coach, and so I asked Howard if he would mind talking with Marty and help mentor him, and so Marty's got a relationship with him. At that same time, Juan had developed a relationship with him, so we've all got our ties in there. Between the four of us, I throw Jim Washburn in the mix there. We've all got our ties with Howard.
Juan, when you look at the defense, what do you think the biggest thing needs to be fixed or worked on? Do you think it's getting the right players? Do you think it's schemes? What do you think that needs to be corrected and fixed here going forward?
Well, first of all, what we're going to do is that we're going to be fast and physical, and then we're going to be fundamentally sound. We have good players here. This is the NFL. Things change. You upgrade. Good players get hurt, but that's what we're going to do. Jim Washburn was brought here to get our defensive linemen to get up the field. We're going to be fast, physical, fundamentally sound, and be the best defense in the NFL.
The background aside from defense, just how extensive is the transition going to be from the offensive side of ball to defense, and the lingering CBA and possible lockout? How does that impact?
Could you repeat that? I'm not sure I understand.
Yeah, sure. Just how extensive do you feel the transition from the offensive side to the defensive side is going to be, and could that be affected at all by the fact that
Well, if you're talking about me personally, I would tell you that it was harder to learn when I was a defensive coach. It was harder to learn how to coach the offensive line than something I've coached linebackers, D-line, and my son is a corner at Iowa, and really I worked with my son, and I coached the defensive backs before. So coaching the offensive line was probably the hardest thing that I ever did in my life.
Maybe I can help you with that. I'll come right back to you. With the CBA and that, the terminology will really remain the same. To answer your question, Juan's going to use, Juan knows the terminology as well or better than anybody, so that we've used here, and so it's not that we have to change that as we make this change.
You make a case. You traded Donovan after a Pro Bowl season. You hired Howie, with his background, and when you make an O-line coach, you need coordinators. These are all kind of out-of-the-box type moves. Your recent career is kind of tied to these type of moves. What does that say about you and your willingness to kind of go out of the box?
It ties back into the risk question. Somewhere Mike Holmgren took a risk, and I'm trying to answer your question here, and I'm not big on talking about Andy here, but this is somewhere Mike Holmgren took a risk and took a line coach and made him a quarterback coach, and I'm sure that wasn't perceived as the prettiest picture. I know when I came here, some of you guys were, I sat at the hotel as I addressed you, and you were looking at me going, who is this guy? And I went from not having been a coordinator to being a head football coach. And so Jeffrey and Joe, they took a risk, and they did their homework to make that risk within themselves and amongst themselves a secure risk, if there is a, so there was a confidence there, and so that's I understand that. And it's important, I think, for any of us when doors open in life, and sometimes you have that opportunity, that now you take advantage of that opportunity. And I have full confidence, absolutely full confidence, that Juan will do that. And you guys are fortunate enough to have seen him operate the way he has operated as a football coach. And so you know the toughness, you know the desire, you know the work ethic, and the thing that I would add to that is I know the concepts that Juan knows, and that's important when you make transitions. There's certain guys that give you the confidence that they can coach anything, they can do it, that's how I feel about Juan Castilla.
And knowing that Juan